while loop. After while, the expression for condition is given. If the condition is true, then the loop executes. Until the condition is true, the loop goes on executing. Whenever the condition becomes false, the loop stops and program continues from the next instruction after the loop. The condition is checked at the top. So if initially the condition is false, then loop will never execute. Now let's move to our compiler to study while loop. Let's do a simple exercise to print 10 numbers. So integer n, let its initial value be 1. Then while we want to print 10 numbers, so until n is less than or equal to 10, it will go on printing. So let's start the loop here and the loop will end here. In the loop, we have to print the number. So printf %d, n. So this will be printed. So initially n is equal to 1, n will be printed. Next time 2 has to be printed, so n plus plus, n will be incremented. Now loop condition is checked, still n is less than 10, so loop will execute. N will go on incrementing, it will go on printing the next number. So this is the output. Now let's write here \n rerun 1 2 3 4. Now you can do the other exercises similar to in do while, that square, sum, average, etc. Now let's find out the factorial of given number. So whatever is the given number, that will be entered by the user. So we have to ask user that of which numbers factorial is to be calculated. So let that number be n. Factorial is multiplication of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 up to n. So initially the factorial is equal to 1 and will go on multiplying. Now we have to take the value of n from user, that of which numbers factorial is required. So factorial of which number that we are asking. So user will enter 5, 6, whatever it is. So we have to scan. So scanf &n scanf. So user will enter n. Now while up to n, all numbers should be multiplied. So let the initial value of number is I. So I is equal to 1. So while I is less than or equal to n, this multiplication will go on. So let's give a loop here. In this loop, the factorial variable will go on modifying that new value of I will multiply until I becomes n. So fact is equal to fact star I. This can be written that fact star equal to I. This is another way of writing this. Fact star equal to I. This has the same meaning. Now first I is multiplied, so we have to increment I plus plus, and this will go on executing until the last number. So here the while loop ends. Once the while loop ends, we have to print the value. So print f Now factorial, let us say control V, factorial of %d is n, is again %d, this is for fact, so comma n comma fact, so factorial will be printed. So let us check this for syntax. I is equal to 1. Let's run this. User will enter number n. I will change from 2. So run. Wrong syntax. Run. Factorial of which number? Let us say factorial of number 5, 120. Rerun the program. Suppose we want factorial of 8 is this number. So in this way the program runs. Now let's write a program for Fibonacci sequence. This is a Fibonacci sequence 0 1 1. Observe that 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3. So previous two numbers add up to give the next number. First two numbers are 0 and 1. Every next number is addition of previous numbers. So new A is the old B, new B is old C, and C is equal to A plus B. Now let's write the program for this, for Fibonacci sequence. So first two numbers, integer A is equal to 0, A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1, they are known, C we have to find out, and then the sequence will form. Suppose we want to print first 10 numbers. So let us define these two. Now we have to print A and B as it is. So printf let us put tab in between, so \t, again %d, this is for A and for B, so A and B will be displayed. After B again \t, so there will be a space for the next number, and the two numbers will be displayed, A and B will be printed, so these two numbers will be printed. For other numbers, while now we have to print 10 numbers, so we need a counter, so let the counter be n, and naturally the initial value of n is 1. So when n is equal to 1, A is printed, when n is equal to 2, B is printed. So if we want to print 10 numbers, then two numbers are already printed, so while n is less than or equal to 8, because we want to print 10 numbers, this printing will continue. Now in this we have to print C. C should be generated and then printed. So C is equal to A plus B. Now let us print C. Print %d C. So C is printed. Now we have to do arrangement for next cycle. Now we know that new A is old B, new B is old C. So we will write A is equal to B and B is equal to C. So we get new values. Now one value is printed, so increment this, increment the counter. In this way it will go on printing next and next number until n is less than or equal to 8. So let's run this program. Printf 0, 1, we should put actually backslash t here also. So the numbers will be printed in the proper manner. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 20, 21, 34. If we want to print more numbers, then let us just change this to suppose we want to print 15 numbers. Then this will be 13 because two numbers are already printed. So it will print those numbers. Now let's try to understand how to reverse a given number. Suppose given number is 4785. Then its reverse will be 5874. To get this number, whatever may be the digits here 4-digit number I have taken, it could be anything. Every time you have to extract this, and to extract the number one by one, we can use the percent or modulus operator. So first get the modulus operator. So you get 5. This 5 should be shifted left. So what we can do is, we'll have one sum. The sum will be initially 0. When we get 5, 5 has to be shifted left. So sum will be multiplied by 10. And the new remainder will be added. So get this number, first extract 5, multiply it by 10, so it becomes 50. Now new number is, when 5 is extracted, remaining number is there. So that we can get by division. So new number is 478. Now extract 8, add it to 50, so it becomes 58. Again multiply by 10, so this will become 580. And extract 7. This 7 is added, it becomes 587. Now extract 4. This is added. So at the end we get this. So what we have to do is, initially sum should be 0. Every time sum will be previous sum into 10 plus new remainder. And the modified number will be shifted right. For that the division operation will be used. So let's try to write down program for this, for reverse the number. So for reversing the number, we must get the number. So integer n may be the number given by user. Now what we have to do is, we have to define the sum. So sum will be initially 0. So sum is equal to 0. At the end, if you observe, when all the numbers are shifted, the division becomes 0. So until the number becomes 0, this procedure has to be performed. So while the number is not equal to 0, we have to repeat the procedure. When the number becomes 0, the loop will fail or loop will stop executing. So this is the loop. In the loop, what we have to do is, new sum is equal to previous sum multiplied by 10 plus remainder. Plus remainder. How to get the remainder? Remainder is n percent 10. This is remainder. So in this way the sum will be modified. So whatever is the original number, that will be percent 10. So its remainder will be there. This will be added to sum. In the first case the sum is 0. Every next time the sum will be modified. When first digit is extracted, we have to extract the next digit. So n will be modified. So n will be equal to n divided by 10. So n is modified. This loop will be executed until n becomes 0. So if number n is of 4 digit, then 4 cycles of the loop will execute. If digit is, number n is of 6 digit, then 6 cycles will execute. When the number n becomes 0, the loop stops. Now we have to print the number. So print this number. The number is given by sum. So reverse is %d and comma, that is sum. Now whatever is the number, that number should be given by the user. So we will ask the number to user and read the number from user. So printf enter the number to reverse. So user will enter the number for reverse. Now we have to read this number. So scanf and this number will be equated to n because we have considered the number n to be reversed. So let's run this program. Printf enter the number to reverse. Now I just enter the number simple as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the answer should be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct. Rerun the program. Enter some bigger number, maybe. Enter the number to reverse. Suppose 2, 5, 8, 6, 3, 9. The reverse is this. It is coming correct. Now using this is the original number, this is the reverse number, and it is coming exactly. Do you know one concept of palindrome? Palindrome is a word, number or phrase, anything which is same from forward as well as backward. If you read from left side or right side, it comes same. Suppose this MADAM, MADA. This is a sentence of palindrome. Step on no page. Similarly, numbers also can be palindrome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 4, 2, 1. You can read same. So you write a program to read the number from user and check if it is palindrome or not. So for this you have to read the number, keep it as an original number, then reverse the number and then check whether equal to using that the two numbers are equal or not. If the two numbers are equal, then the number is palindrome, otherwise not. So try these programs as a homework using while loop. You can try all the programs we did with do while also using while. So these are the new. Print a sequence of squares of first 10 numbers. Get the number from user and check if it is palindrome. I just told you. Find sum and average of n numbers entered by user. This also we did with do while. Print this sequence. See 1, 2, 4, 8. So every time previous number is multiplied by 2. So print this sequence. Print this triangle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So like this, you try this using while loop.